Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. Guess what? We had a Feh Channel. Oh my, did we have a Feh Channel. We're going to go over it pretty quickly. There wasn't a whole lot to really dive that deep into. This was, of course, the second part to the part 1 that we got earlier this month. And now we're getting kind of a part 2, including things like new game mode, update. I cut my finger. And we've also got the Choose Your Legends kind of first look at the art. Still don't really have a full spread of skills. But we'll get into that once we get a trailer. Not tonight, unfortunately. But hey, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done that. Please subscribe. Do that to the channel. Make it big. Grow the channel, the community, all of those things. You can do that by subscribing. Ring a bell. There's a bell somewhere. Can you find it and click it to always show notifications or something like that? I don't know. It's a test. Did you pass? Did you fail? Let me know in the comments. Hey, all right, let's get into it. We only have like 12 slides, I think. It's not a very big Feh channel, but there was some meaty bits. There were some meaty bits in there. So, first and foremost, I'm gonna be brutally honest. This to me is kind of a boring Choose Your Legends, and I'm not gonna go over all of the art. The art was good. It was fine. It was kind of my worst case scenario of, oh, they're just not going to do anything different with them. They're just going to have their traditional class stuff, and that's that. And that's exactly what they did. And my fear of this was because, well, what are they going to do? Like, they can't do that because of legendary status, and that's kind of, like Edelgard. She was an axe unit. This Edelgard is also an axe unit. So, I don't know, man. Like, if you're happy, if you're excited, then that's cool. Like I said, for a while, I didn't really feel like I had a whole lot of pull in this particular Choose Your Legends, just because it wasn't really anything that interested me. I like a more diverse banner rather than just one particular series or game being featured. To me, that is not Choose Your Legends. This is just a normal New Heroes banner, which is kind of what it turned out to be, unfortunately. I was hopeful that maybe they would do something weird with their outfits or their weapons or something. But they didn't do that. And it all looked very traditional, classic progression. So I guess that is what it is. if all you Edelgard stands out there were like, man, I really want another Axe Edelgard, congrats. that's what you got, I guess. If you were disappointed, and you, like me, were kind of hoping that they would do something different, that you are also justified in feeling however you feel, because that's kind of the cool thing about Choose Your Legends. They always kind of mix up the units somehow, even if it's just like in a mild way. But they didn't really do that this time. So that is what it is. But hey, I mean, you thirst lords out there, you're getting what you voted for. For those of you that didn't vote, I don't know. Maybe Choose Your Legends 5 will be our year. I don't know. As I have said, this is a disclaimer. I'm not complaining. I have no reason to complain. I have got things like Fallen Ike, Awakening Anna, Bride Micaiah, Bride Obero. There have been so many dumb things that I have gotten in banners this year, that from the get, I was just like, well, I won't focus on Choose Your Legends that much. I'll just be excited about the other stuff that pops up. And luckily, I was able to be excited about that. So there's that. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. That is what it is. You are getting, for the first time ever, really, traditionalized kind of units. I guess Brave Alm, he was pretty traditional, as was Micaiah. So maybe that's not a completely fair statement to say. Maybe that's not completely fair. Last year's Brave Baron was also kind of traditional as well. So, you know, maybe that's just the new trend now. Maybe it just depends on the characters that get picked. So if you want kind of a funky outfit that dives more into like the lore of the character or the game that they're from, maybe factor that into your voting next time. I don't know. We will have to see. But that's coming up soon. I think the banner debuts on the 18th. So we should be getting a trailer, I don't know, a couple days maybe. So that is that. Oh, my friends. All right, so it was confirmed, I believe, unless I heard things wrong 3 times, that we will be getting a free summon. We can pick whatever unit we want, but the Spark system will be here, and you can actually activate it 4 times. So that means you could get how many? 5? I guess that's technically 5 focus units. The free pick, and then sparking 4 times. Will guarantee you that. So that's kind of interesting. I think it's 40 summons per, right? That's true. And I have not bothered to do the math because, frankly, I don't care. But if somebody wants to do the math and I can verify that it's correct, or if there's enough thumbs up on it, then I will upvote that and you all can see that in the comments. Go ahead. Have fun. So 40 summons per spark, sparking 4 times. Quick math. That's 160 summons total. Or if you just want all 4 units, one of each, you can basically spark 3 times and then use your free pick as well. For you new players out there, we have always been able to pick our free summon separate from the actual banner. So if you want to summon on the banner first and then be like, oh, well, I didn't get this character, so I'm going to pick them for free. That is a viable option. That is what I will be doing if that holds true this year. I don't see why it wouldn't. They've always been kind of separate. They're like individual banners, really. It's not like the Spark system where it pulls you from the banner and then you pick and then you go back into it. It is not like that. So, or has not been like that. I don't know. Things are always changing. So, disclaimer. I need a disclaimer song, I think is what it is. So that's that. I don't know if I'll be sparking 4 times. I could go for catalog. Like, that would be pretty dope. I'm not really particularly interested in merging everybody, especially given that they just kind of have their traditional outfits, and it will likely be semi similar to what their eventual legendary units will be. Because I mean, honestly, if you don't think we're getting legendary Dimitri at some point, I don't know what world you're living in, man, but it sounds depressing. So yeah, there's that. I think probably the biggest benefactor is going to be Lysithea. She doesn't really have that legendary-ish status. I have no doubt in my mind that she will be a seasonal unit at some point. Maybe even multiple times, possibly. But I don't foresee her getting multiple Grim outfits. So there's that. I think Lysithea is probably the biggest winner out of Choose Your Legends, if you can believe that. I didn't think I'd be saying that tonight, but hey, here we are. It's been a weird day, and we're chugging along. Speaking of weird, do you remember that weird guy named George who placed like 12th in Choose Your Legends? Yeah, that's him, and he's going to be our GHP unit. Oh, what a weird night it's been. He's a Blue Bow Infantry. He gets a little cameo of his twin brother during his special. So, I mean, he's kind of like a duo unit, but not really. Obviously, he doesn't have any special duo skills or anything like that. We just get a little extra, little art fan service, I guess, which is cool. I mean, legitimately, this makes the most sense that they could do to put this particular character in the game. Because I don't know what kind of banner you would just toss him onto casually. You know what I mean? The peddler Anna, the apotheosis Anna, that one was kind of strange enough, where it was like it could still fit into a banner, but it was also kind of like separate DLC type stuff. So it also didn't really make a whole lot of sense. George makes no sense whatsoever. This, to me, this right here, this is what Choose Your Legends is about. Just oddball nonsense happening that would not happen otherwise. And so this made me pretty happy, not just because I'm a Tellius fan, but because something so random like this actually happened, following up something that was, relatively speaking, kind of safe in terms of character selection and outfits and things like that. But bro, that was weird. That was weird. I don't think we saw really much on him either, so we'll probably maybe see a little bit more when the trailer comes, but probably not. He's GHB. Never mind. I didn't say that. Moving on. Frontline Phalanx. This is a new game mode. It seems to be passive. If I'm understanding it correctly. I listened to it like 3 times, but I'll be honest, it's like midnight, my brain is fried, so maybe not bringing you the best intel at the moment, but it seemed very much like a passive kind of game mode that was like, how even would I describe this? It's like the very last part of Rooker Siege, where you and people from your friends list all converge on the Rooker, and then that's it. That's the thing. But it's like the it's like ending the turns of Rooker, and then right before everybody attacks all at once. I feel like that's what this game mode is basically, what it is. And so there's a whole support system thing that's kind of talked about. Basically, it seems heavily RNG based, which has me feeling some feelings, but the general gist is this. You support a unit, their attack power goes up, that's that little multiplier on the left, and then the number on the right goes down, which is the probability of landing an attack. If you fail to land an attack, your attack power basically depletes to, in this example at least, nothing. But look, you have a 99% chance of landing that hit. So that's cool. It seems pretty straightforward, I'm assuming. For what it's worth, they did make note in this Feh Channel that the display screens aren't necessarily what they're going to look like when the game mode actually launches. So we may see some differences there. The thing that I think is interesting is this Guardian Shield nonsense, which these can only be earned in rewards. So it's kind of like Grand Conquest, I think, is in my head what I'm picturing the quest rewards system thingy looking like. But maybe it is like a traditional quest that you collect from the home screen. I don't know. They didn't really talk about that too much. Still in development, let me tell you. But these can be used cooperatively with other players in your screen or on your team. And that means that, once again, friend lists are more important than ever. And they still have not increased the cap. And I send a note every week, and they're just not listening to me. And I am sad about that. But basically, if everybody uses their shields at once, you get like a big old damage bump right onto the enemy, which in this case would be Ashnard. So, I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. It's moving. While the game mode itself may not seem that cool or that impressive or that fancy, it is a game mode that seems passive, at least, because it seems like you just set your support levels and then you wait till the round is done. Right? Kind of like, what is it? Lost Lore. It kind of seems like that. So, it's moving. What I think is interesting is that it's moving closer and closer towards almost like a live cooperative thing, if you count live in terms of within rounds. Does that make sense? So it's not really like Voting Gauntlet where you have a friend's NPC unit kind of helping to support you. But here you're actively working together within time, within real time, within rounds with other players who I'm assuming are on your friend list. And you're kind of working cooperatively, which is interesting. I think that's genuinely kind of interesting. It's not groundbreaking at all, but I think it's moving towards this kind of direction that encourages co-op play. And what we've had up until now is not really co-op play. This isn't necessarily really co-op play, but it's getting there a little bit closer every time they introduce a game mode. We're getting a little bit closer every time. And that I can encourage and be happy about. So, hey, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe it'll take off. Maybe in 6 months they'll make a condensed version, and then we'll just have that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. But that was our new game mode, which I think traditionally have been introduced a little bit earlier in the year, maybe closer to like the end of spring. But hey, we'll take what we can get. Update information. So the update that's coming, which includes, I think, the new game mode. Some bombs were dropped, right? Some big ol' shakeups have occurred here. So the number of times for Dragon Flowers, that was the first kind of knowledge bomb that they dropped on us. Basically, everybody who can use Dragon Flowers now gets a bump up 5 times for the most part. So if you have a unit that can, that previously could get 10 times worth of Dragon Flowers, now you can get them 15 times with Dragon Flowers. And I think they're also reducing the base cost. Maybe, if I'm remembering that right. I think it starts at 40, but I thought it started at 40, so maybe it's not actually changing. But either way, that's going up, which I think starts on the 18th. Yes, it will be updated around August 18th. So as someone who just increased Legendary Marth, I have regrets. I have deep regrets. Because I definitely could have waited like a week and it would have been totally fine. So newly added heroes appearing on or after August 18th may use Dragon Flowers up to 5 times. So that's basically anybody moving forward post-update, they're just going to get the 5-time treatment. So there you go. That is, for all you Dragon Flower fans out there, that's probably exciting stuff. But this was by far the most, I don't even know. This was by far, I think, the biggest shakeup that they could have done, and that is traits. These guys right here. So, how many times have I gotten a minus attack unit? I can change that now. That's basically what this is. So, any unit can be changed, including Grail units, Forma units. They can all be altered, if I understood that correctly, which I think I did. If I didn't, fact check me in the comments, please, as you all do. But I understood that as even neutral units and free units can have their traits changed, which is kind of a big deal. Now, before you all get very excited, I can confidently say that trait fruits, those little mango-ish looking things in the top-ish right side of the game screen, I am willing to bet that those will be incredibly rare. So take that however you choose. But I would not anticipate them being readily available immediately. We were informed that we will be able to get 100 of them if we complete quests associated with the new Phalanx mode. So maybe keep that in mind if these trait fruits are something that you're super excited about. But again, moving forward, I do not think they will be incredibly plentiful. I think they're probably going to be more rare than Divine Codes, even. Not so much the limited ones, but the standard Divine Codes. And it's going to take a long time to kind of build up enough of these. My baseline thought would be if you get 300 a year outside of like special events and gifts, you're probably looking at a decent amount. So I wouldn't anticipate getting a lot of them throughout the year. I'm just throwing that out there. So before you go theory crafting all of your builds that are poorly asseted, just remember this is maybe something that you should think about, and they will be rare. And this is Papa Brian telling you, listen, pause. Not the video. Don't pause the video, but just think carefully about your trait fruit decisions. And then that's it. That's really all we had. It got increasingly more exciting as the Feh Channel went on, so that's something that I can be happy about. Overall, decent Feh Channel. Like I said, as the channel went on, I got more excited about the information that came out. I'll be honest, I'm kind of sleeping on Choose Your Legends this year, except George. I don't know what's going on with that guy. The new game mode, it's piquing my interest because it's kind of up the alley-ish about what I wanted in a new game mode. It is passive, but also encourages some kind of cooperative play. Just update the friends cap, please. Feh? No one from your dev team is watching this, but please do it. And then the update overall. I think the Dragonflower buff is good for older units, and I think the asset changing thing is a big game changer for sure. Maybe not so much for whales. Gotta love the whales, right? They keep the game in play. But for those who don't really invest a lot in their orbs and they're more savers rather than spenders trying to get multiple copies of things, I think those particular trait fruit things are going to benefit that particular player class a little bit more, which I think is good that they're paying attention to that. So, that said, that was the Feh Channel in a nutshell and everything that I thought about it. What did you think about the Feh Channel? Are you bummed that we didn't actually get to see any actual, skill sets or anything or base kits on any of the Choose Your Legends units? Do you think George is a head scratcher? The answer is yes, and if it's not, I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking, man. What do you think about the new game mode? What do you think about the updates coming? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, if you have not done so yet, please subscribe to this channel. It is my life's work at this point, and the only thing that I am proud of, except my wife and dog. Those I love dearly, and I treasure them. But after those two things, this channel comes third. And I think third place is okay, to be honest. I don't know where that rant went. Anyway, subscribe if you want, or not. I don't know. It's up to you. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and until then, I will catch you next time.